The topic of our group discussion today, the person who is not free in mind, though he may not be in the prison, he is considered to be a prisoner. He is not a free man. So, start.
So, good evening, everyone. I totally agree with this topic. One person who is not free in his mind, though alive, it is not better than dead. If any person is not free in his mind, then he can't express his abilities and his demand also anywhere. So, freedom is our free mind statements, and such freedom implies being alone. That's all.
Yes, sir, I support this topic and I agree with this topic because according to me, free mind or the freedom in thinking is needed everywhere. In today's society, uh, while everyone is trying to get a job within 25 or 26 years, the statement has become a literal only because we can see that in any school or any coaching institutions, the teachers are not providing the students the better idea or better thinking or better environment to write or to learn in his own. They are always telling the students that just memorize the thing which I have given you in the note. Don't try to write or read anything else or anything more. According to me, this is not a good thinking, and this is not a good process to teach anyone because in the earlier days, the coaching institutions or the educational process was not uh, that like today's, and so in the other era or in the past time we have seen that many of the scientists have grown. The scientists are born because only of their freedom in thinking because they are not restricted by any of the pressure or any of the other thinking. And nowadays however, nowadays it is not relevant for us to think of our own to innovate anything with a new thinking because today's world everyone is trying to get a job, trying to settle in his own future. But according to me, everyone has the moral thinking, which is the central idea of this topic. That's all.
Well, according to me, the statement is true because if we are physically fit, we can do almost everything. But we often see that we fail to do something which we want to do. Most of the cases, it happens because we are not free in our mind. When a child is born, there is no limitation in his mind, in his or her mind initially. But as we grow old, we learn to draw limitations in our mind. There is a common example which we call superstition. Like if you still believe that going abroad is a sin, then you will never then you will never enjoy the whole world, even if you are physically fit and financially free. Here, no one is prisoning you, but your own mind. Now, if we talk about another example, suppose you don't like people with another religion. You think that they are not trustworthy, so you refuse to interact with them. Hence you will get hence you are not getting the opportunity of meeting new people. So I think that interacting with them, you are losing the opportunity to good mans to interact with them. So similarly, there are so many examples which we could prove that being not being free in mind is actually basically being a prisoner. That's it. Okay, first of all, I want to say that everyone is imprisoned. Um, some is physically and some mentally. We think that uh, who those are imprisoned are only the prisoner, but we don't think that uh, those who are walking beside us, they also are imprisoned by some way. Basically, in our childhood, our parents told that do study, without study you can't do anything. From there our imprisoned life is begin. Like maybe I can do a thing, nobody can do it, but when we follow our passion, then we think that what will we say our society, what will we think our family. And another example is, if your dream is to job a big company, a private company, then when you taking preparation for giving giving this exam, we if we think that if this company is not for me, the question will be very hard, I will not solve this question, then in that time you giving up. uh, you can't perform well and in that day. uh,
Uh, First of all, being free in mind is a rare phenomena in adulthood uh, in nowadays, but that same phenomena is quite famous in childhood days in nowadays also, because we can see that a person who is living a good life, having a job 9 to 5, going to office, coming back to homes, having a same life, and and a kid who is having a different life, but a same kind of stage, where he goes to school, come back from his school, he goes to school with a with a tiffin box and some books, and but where's the different lies? The different lies, a person restricted his mind in some certain laws that he used to not know in his past, in his childhood. A child doesn't know what is good for our society. In our India, uh, uh, in childhood, we have seen that a kid shares his food with a Muslim kid, or a different religion's kid, and the bond between them is very good. And the other hand, in the same place, if you see a grown man having doing the same thing, the man have to consider the social agonies too much, and that kind of imprisonment comes from the society. A free man's will is a what can I say? Is a rare thing, and to achieve that rare thing, one have to be very much focused in what he is doing. Like I know that a lady likes to wear a short clothes, and he used to go around, and it makes her feel good. Then who are we to pass a comment to her? And that's the way I will define a free mind. That's all.
I agree this topic. At first, we have to know that what is real freedom. The real freedom is when we understand it from our mind, when we have a free mind. Not we are showing off that we understand this, we take it seriously, but when we are taking it from our mind that yeah, it is right, then it is called freedom. Like in our Indian society, there are so many superstitions. Like I'm giving an example, a boy or a girl who is going to give a exam in the road, a black cat cross his path. Then his mother will tell him that don't go now, you will stop for some time, and after this you will go. The
by may be late for the exam, and the time we are obeying these all these superstitions, then we cannot be free from our mind really, and we cannot get the real freedom. That's why I am agreeable with this.
So I also agree with this topic. I think that freedom of mind is the real freedom. If you are not free in your mind and heart, so you can't do any work freely and willingly. So I think free mind is very needed for all of us. When you do any work freely, so it also give you happiness, and also give fresh refresh your mind. So and also we think do that when we do any work or our job or anything we do, it is our own way and freely and willingly, so it give us success, and when we get success we are happy and also refresh from the mind. So free mind is very much needed for all of us.
So I agree with this topic. So we have to be freedom in everywhere, and we have to be freedom in our mind. If someone is physically fit but he is not free in his mind, he can't do any work by his whole soul, and he can't get enjoy in any work, and also in any work or job. If we work in someone's order, that doesn't make it in freedom. And also if we work by ourselves and our mind, we can get success so easily, and it is so good for us.
So this quotation, actually this is a quotation told by B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar told the person who is not free in mind, though he may not be in chain, he is not less than a prisoner. It is told by B.R. Ambedkar, the father of Indian Constitution. So you think we are under British rule, but we got freedom by sacrificing so many lives, bloodshed, etc. But even after that, all are not free because of so many tension. If you are having tension in mind, then what is the use of such freedom? So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar told that when you are in prison, you are unhappy. But when you are released from prison, you are unable to enjoy the happiness here also. So what is the difference between being prisoner or not being prisoner? Suppose when we will be able to, not that whatever freedom doesn't mean that whatever we want we can do. There are some rules, regulation, everything, basic thing, logic, everything should be under control. But in spite of that, we cannot do whatever we wish honestly. Suppose in our test that I have arranged on the 15th August is such a day. 15th August is such a day that we should be free in mind. We should not go under any obligation that I have to do, I have to go, I have to do my duty. There is strictness. No employer has the authority to make you work on that day, even if you are labor. No teacher has the right to take your examination on that day. You have to protest that. I asked James that please come in our contest because it is a noble work. It is a freedom. Not only paying homage or hoisting flag and remembering it is not the. We have to think freely on that day. I have no work. I'll tell something about this rover to keep is a red letter day. No sir, I have a physics examination. So how dare sir has the authority to take the physics examination on this special day? You can protest this, but you cannot protest. You are not free in mind. You are under any obligation. So what is the use of freedom? 15th August is so auspicious day. We will not do any work on that day. So what is the use of it? Just like that we are spending as a holiday? No, this is not the sign of freedom. We are still under bondage actually. If anybody say I have no ability to protest that, no. Not honestly protest. Sir, today is the day we cannot work today. We cannot work. And government also gave the permission that if there is any employer what you report it will be under criminal activities. So nobody is doing that. Nobody is obeying this under some compulsion. So what is the freedom? What is the freedom? You are telling freedom. So B.R. Ambedkar told in that sense that if you are not free in mind, you are losing your dignity. You are losing your dignity. If you are losing your dignity, what is freedom? What is the use of freedom? The great fighters sacrificed their life to have this, to get this, to gain this. So we everybody, you are on compulsory. Somebody is not getting job. Somebody completed his degree, is not getting, he is not free in mind. The freedom is committing suicide. So what is the use of such freedom? In that sense, the B.R. Ambedkar told that even if you are not in chain, you are like a prisoner because you cannot do wholeheartedly. You cannot do any work wholeheartedly from your soul. I have to do that. I have to go that. If I don't go, they will rebuke me. I have to do that work. Do a duty. Such thing always we hear. Even not a single day we can think freely. So if I have no such, I am not having such basic right of thinking freely. We are so busy, we have no time to stand and stare and see the nature, how beautiful it is. No time to see. So what is the use of freedom? There is no use of, so this great person told in that sense, there is sense in this world. You are here. What to tell? Book is language. Rabindranath, why Rabindranath did not go to school? Rabindranath thought that he was not having freedom, free thinking in the classroom. Here, he was bound to go through the book only. He was bound, and unless he go through, then the teacher will rebuke him. So there is a compulsion. He is not in freely, he could ask the question to the teacher, what is that, what is that, teacher will review. No, what I am telling you tell. So it is kind of imprisonment. I have not thought very childhood that it was in imprisonment. To go to school means being imprisoned there for the time being. So the great poet, later the great poet become the world famous poet. So this is the thing actually. What is freedom? Freedom of mind. If you are not having freedom of mind, you have a big apartment, you have a car, BMW, you have so many servants, but you are not free in mind. What is the use of such assets and properties? No. Just like that, B.R. Ambedkar told this. I think to some extent, those who are asking me earlier have understood what is freedom. If you are not freedom, you are in class, but you are not free in mind. Your mind is disturbing. So there is no use of such class. When you are coming to do anything from the heart, you will full-fledged mind consent to do the work. Not force. I am not making you force to do the class. You are coming with your own will. That is called freedom. But if I am forcing you to come here, that is not called freedom. That's all.